Welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from our science subject we are going to continue our lesson Earth, Sun and Moon. Okay. So already we have discussed about Earth and Sun, children. So we are going to learn about Moon. Okay. So in previous topic we have given an introduction on Moon. No. So like we have learned what a moon is. So what is a moon actually? Moon is like the object which is revolving around a planet which is called as a satellite. Okay, moon is a satellite. No, and satellites are of two types. What are they? Natural satellites and artificial satellites. Okay, so this I am again revising you. Okay, naturally existing objects revolving around a planet are called natural satellites. So moon is our natural satellite. Why? Because it is made by the nature, and because it is by nature we call it as natural satellite. Okay, and some satellites of the earth are man-made satellites, like as I have shown you. Some satellites are man-made, okay, and they are called as artificial satellites. Clear, children? Now let us learn in detail. See here, are you able to see the pictures? Two pictures where there is about the revolution, okay, which is about the revolution. See, the moon is the natural satellite of the earth. It revolves around the earth in an orbit at a distance of about 3,84,400 kilometers from the earth. Okay, see, what is a satellite, children? So satellite is an object, a celestial object which is going to revolve around any planet. No, see here again, the moon is why it is a satellite? Because it is going to revolve around our earth. See, this is our earth here. No, see how the moon is revolving in an orbit. No, this is nothing but the revolution of the moon. Okay, and it revolves around the earth in an orbit. This is the orbit, the white area, the way, the path. This is the orbit, and the distance from the earth to the moon, it is about 3,84,400 kilometers from the earth. No, the distance between the earth and the moon. So it is about this much, that is 3,84,400 kilometers from the earth. Okay, children, and the moon has no light of its own. The moon doesn't have the light of its own. Okay, so here if you see in this picture, children, see here, this is the sun. No, this is the sun, and around the sun, this blue color, are you able to see this blue color? This is our earth which is revolving around the sun. Again the white color object, that is the moon which is revolving around the earth. No, see here how the moon is changing. See how it is changing. No, it is changing its direction when it is revolving. No, sometimes it is turning towards the sun. No, sometimes it is turning, it's getting back towards the earth. No, sometimes when it is turning towards the sun, it is exposed to light. Sometimes it is turning towards the back of the earth where there is no light. Okay, so in this way we'll be having the phases of moon, like full moon, half moon, crescent moon, all that. Okay, children, so this is how we get, as it is revolving around the earth and again the earth revolving around the sun, the phases of moon are going to change. Clear, children? Yes. Now here the moon shines in the sky because it reflects the sunlight falling on its surface. See, the moon is shining in the sky. How it is shining? It has got no light on its own. So as it is receiving the sunlight, the reflect of the sunlight, no, because it is revolving around the sun as I showed in the previous picture. So the sunlight is reflected on the surface of the moon, surface of the moon. So that is why it shines, the moon shines. Okay, and it is almost spherical in shape. How is the shape of the moon? Spherical. No, round. It is spherical in shape and it has no atmosphere, due to which it is very hot during the day and very cold at night. So it has got no atmosphere. Like earth has got atmosphere covered with a thick layer, no, which we call it as atmosphere. But here moon does not have any atmosphere. So why? Because so it is not a like a planet. It is not a planet. No, it is just a celestial body, a satellite. So because it has no atmosphere, it is very hot during the daytime. Okay, and it is very cold at the night. Clear, children? Yes. See here, the surface of the moon has lot of craters. Okay, so craters is nothing but like a bowl shape, like a round shaped depression. So a low level area. So I'll just show you here, children. So here, are you able to see here? Yes, so a round shape, a little depressions we call it as, like a low level area. See here, all are of round shape. Able to notice here, children? Okay, see, this is a big crater again. Okay, so we call this as craters. Okay, and why this is formed? Why this is formed? Because of huge rocks called meteoroids. So huge rocks called meteoroids hit its surface. Okay, these rocks are from the outer space in the sky. Okay, so when these huge rocks, which we call it as meteoroids, they are going to hit the surface of the moon. Okay, then these craters are going to form. That impression is going to be formed as craters. Clear, children? And there are also lots of mountains on the surface of the moon. See here, lots of mountains. These are all mountains, okay, on the surface of the moon. Clear, children? Yes. So landing on moon. So landing on moon, who landed on the moon? Neil Armstrong. He is the person. Neil Armstrong was the first man to land on the moon, followed minutes later by Edwin Aldrin and Michael Collins on 20th July 1969. So in the year 1969, the first person who landed on the moon was Neil Armstrong. He was an astronaut, children. So only astronauts can travel in the space. Okay, so normal person we cannot travel. So we need a special training. We need a special qualification to travel in space. We who travel in space, who go into the space, we call them as astronauts. So Neil Armstrong, he was the first man to land on the moon, and followed minutes later. So after few minutes, then Edwin Aldrin and Michael Collins also, they landed on 20th July 1969 on moon. Okay, they were the astronauts of the American space mission Apollo 11. So there is a space mission, that is American space mission, which we call it as Apollo 11. So these astronauts, they belong to this American space mission. So every country will be having their own space mission. Like our country has got ISRO, ISRO. Okay, so ISRO, like every country has got their space missions, and they train the astronauts to travel in the space. Clear, children? Yes. And the rocks that they brought from the surface of the moon helped the scientists to obtain a lot of information about the moon. So these astronauts, so Neil Armstrong and the other two astronauts, so they have got some rocks. So we have learned that there are also rocks and mountains on the surface of the moon. No, see here in the picture, these are the mountains, these are the craters. I said to you that there is a depression, no, a bowl shaped, a round shaped depression, which we call it as a crater. Okay, so these rocks, what they have bought, so by studying these rocks, scientists were able to get much information, a lot of information about the moon. So scientists were able to study the rocks and get very good information about the moon. And there were some unmanned missions to the moon which obtained a lot of information about the surface of the moon through photographs. Okay, so there were also some satellites which were sent into the space. So they were not man-made missions, children. It is not man-made, so it was not human beings or persons. They were only satellites. Okay, so they were satellites sent into the space, and through which they were clicked so many photographs through that particular satellites, and there was able to get much information about the surface of the moon. Okay, so normally we'll send satellites to get information, no, into the space, same like that. So there were some missions, some satellites through which we were able to get many photographs, and again through that photographs there was so much of information to get about the moon, children. Okay, so all these photographs what we are seeing were from the satellites only. Okay, now here the astronaut on the moon, see, astronaut, because these astronauts, the first astronauts who were landed on the mission, they belonged to America. No, Neil Armstrong and the other two. So that is why, see, so uh, uh, they have just they got their flag there. Okay, so on the moon, see how nice it is. That is a very big achievement, the astronaut on the moon. This is the American flag actually. And footprint on the moon, whose footprint? This is also the astronaut's footprint. So when they landed there, no, with all precautions and all that, so they have also taken a photograph of their footprint for an evidence. Okay, so this footprint on the moon. Clear, children? Now, so Chandrayaan mission. Chandrayaan mission is our country's mission. That is India's first unmanned mission. There was no astronaut in the mission. Okay, it was just a satellite without a man. That is unmanned mission. So Chandrayaan 1 was the India's first unmanned mission to the moon. It was launched on 22nd October 2008 from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so we have got this ISRO Space Center in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so Chandrayaan 1 was India's first unmanned mission to the moon. It was sent to the moon and it was launched on which date? On 22nd October 2008 from Satish Dhawan Space Center. So the name of ISRO center, that is Indian Space Center in Andhra Pradesh, Sriharikota, is Satish Dhawan Space Center. Okay, and the mission helped to obtain a lot of information about the moon. Even this Chandrayaan 1 mission also, it helped us to get lot of information about the moon, children. Clear? Now, this is about the face of the moon. Face of the moon. So are you able to see in the picture? No, see how beautiful it is, how the moon is changing its phases here. How the moon is changing its phases here. See here. So whenever the moon is changing the phases like this, so we will get the moon to see like this. See, full moon, crescent moon, no, half moon, different phases of the moon. It's beautiful to see this in the night in the sky. Okay, so when we look at the moon, it appears to change its shape every night. No, every night we see that the moon is going to change its shape. Sometimes it is a round ball, sometimes C shaped, and sometimes it disappears completely. No, so sometimes we have a round ball, sometimes it is C shaped, and sometimes we'll not be able to see the moon completely and it becomes total dark. No, it becomes total dark when there is no moon and moonlight in the sky. So this happens because we see only that part of the moon that reflects the sunlight as it moves around the earth in its orbit. So as I said in the beginning, we can see only the part of the moon which is reflecting the sunlight. So where the sunlight is reflecting on the moon, when it is moving around the sun, around the earth in its orbit, and when it is getting the revolution around the earth, and when it is reflecting to the sun, if this is the sun, okay, this is the earth, so this reflected area only, that part only we will be able to see. Okay children, and these varied shapes of the moon are called the phases of the moon. So the different shapes of the moon, they are called as the phases of the eclipses. Means an eclipse is a natural phenomenon in which one celestial object or a portion of it becomes temporarily invisible as it is hidden by the shadow of another celestial object. See, what is an eclipse, children? Have you heard about this word eclipses? When it is totally dark, no, or totally bright, like lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. Yes, so an eclipse, this is a natural phenomenon, natural thing in which one celestial object, either moon or sun, okay, or a portion of it, it becomes temporarily invisible. Temporarily, for some time, it becomes invisible. Why? Because it is hidden by the shadow of the another celestial object. Suppose moon is hidden by the sun, or sun is hidden by the moon, and it is for only some time. So when this process, when moon or sun is hidden by any other, then that time is called as an eclipse. Okay, that particular period is called as an eclipse. Okay children, so it happens when three celestial objects are in straight line. So when does this happen? When three celestial objects are in straight line. See, suppose this is the earth. Okay, we'll see this is the earth. Now around the earth, moon is going to revolve. Now again, earth is going to revolve around the sun. Okay, so they are going to revolve on their own orbits, no, own path. But when these three are in the straight line, then this eclipse will happen. I will show you the diagram in the next slide. Okay children, so the revolution of the earth around the sun and the revolution of the moon around the earth causes lunar and solar eclipses. So as I said, the revolution of earth around the sun and the revolution of the moon around the earth, this is going to cause lunar and solar eclipse. It is if the eclipse is of moon, then we call it as lunar eclipse. If the eclipse is of sun, then we call it as solar eclipse. Clear, children? Yes. Now see here, this is about lunar eclipse. See here, lunar eclipse. So what is happening here? What is happening? Let us see. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, the shadow of the earth falls on the moon. This causes the lunar eclipse. So what happens? When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, see here, all three are in the straight line. Okay, during the process of the revolution, all three are in the straight line. Then what happens? Especially when earth is in between the sun and the moon, the shadow of the earth, this is going to fall on the moon. Okay, so this causes the lunar eclipse. See here. No, see, this is the earth. What happens? Behind the earth you are having the sun. No, in front of the earth you are having moon. Three are on straight line here. Okay, so because the earth is covering the sunlight here, then this lunar eclipse is possible. Clear, children? So lunar eclipse can be partial, in which a part of the moon may be visible, or total, in which the moon is not visible at all. So lunar eclipse, it may be like two types. One is partial, where a part of the moon is visible. We can see a part of the moon. And sometimes the total moon is not visible. We cannot see the total moon at all. Okay, children? And the type and duration of the lunar eclipse depends on the position of the moon in the orbit. So how it is decided whether it is a partial lunar eclipse or total lunar eclipse? This depends on the position of the moon in the orbit, on the position, because moon is going to revolve around the sun. No, moon is revolving around the sun. Depending on the position in its revolution on the orbit, so it is decided whether it is partial eclipse or total lunar eclipse. Clear, children? So this is about lunar eclipse, and we are going to learn more about in the coming class. So I hope you have understood the concept in today's session, and I'll be concluding here. So take care and goodbye. Visit our website www.aimstoday.in for further information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.